Hello, Vikes. I'm Zach.
And I'm Blaine.
And you're watching HNHS Today for Wednesday, November 30th.
Let's dive into the announcements.
You can find Diversity Club every Wednesday during homeroom in the library.
There will be a call-up meeting for boys interested in trying out for the boys volleyball team. The meeting will be held during homeroom today in the arena. Boys volleyball will be a spring sport.
Speaking of sports, let's go to Aiden for a sports update.
Thanks, guys. The girls basketball team opened up Thanksgiving break with 58-55 overtime upset number 7, Homestead last Tuesday. Taylor Double led the Lady Vikes with a career-high 28 points to go with 6 rebounds and 3 assists. But it was Marissa Trout with the highlight of the game as she banked in a three-pointer at the buzzer to give the Vikings their first win over the Spartans since 2010. The Lady Vikes are 3-1 on the season and returned to action last night at Bishop Lures. The Lady Vikings will host Class 3A second-ranked Norwell on Friday, and junior varsity will tip off at 6 o'clock with varsity to follow. The boys basketball team opened its season Wednesday at Homestead, and the Vikings fell 53-14. The Vikes rebounds with a 55-29 win over Mississinawa Saturday, and Levi McElhaney paced the Vikings with 17 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 steals, while Tyler Carr finished with 14 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists. Ethan Zahn added 8 points for HNHS. The Vikes will host Warsaw on Saturday. Junior varsity will tip off at 6 o'clock with varsity to follow. The swimming teams traveled to East Noble for a Northeast 8 conference meet last night. We'll have those results next week. The wrestling team will open its season tomorrow, hosting North Miami beginning at 6:30. That's all for this week in sports. Let's go back to the desk.
Walkaway meets every Wednesday after school from 3 to 4 p.m. in the Locker Lounge. Bring a friend, walk, talk, and eat snacks.
The Huntington County 4-H robotics team will be holding an open house and call-out meeting December 8th at 7 p.m. at the Huntington County Community Learning Center, just across the street from high school. This meeting is open to all high school students interested in programming, mechanical, electrical, and CAD, as well as business, graphic arts, and photography.
Mrs. Stone has some book recommendations. Let's go see what she has to say.
Hey, I'm Jacqueline Stone. I'm the librarian here at Huntington North High School, and I thought, I've got a lot of kids that come in, they want to know what is the next book to read? What should I read next? Do you have any ideas? Can you give me some suggestions? So I thought I would give you like 5 different suggestions of books that I think that you're really gonna like this holiday season. Okay, so the first one is part of a series. This is called The Inheritance Game. The Inheritance Game is written by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. And really it's about this girl, Avery, and she lives with her sister. They're not very well off, but they just want, Avery just wants to live a normal life. She just wants to graduate high school. She just wants to, get some kind of a scholarship, go to college. But her life turns around when this kind of eccentric billionaire passes away and gives her all of his fortune. She doesn't even know who he is. So the whole game is that in order for her to actually get this massive inheritance, then she has to go and live in the billionaire's home, but with all the other family members who thought they were going to get the billionaire's inheritance. So she's got to play the game. She's got to figure out, how she can keep that money. This is a highly recommended one. Although, I've gotten a lot of mixed reviews on this one, I really thought this was a good pick. One of my picks for a new graphic novel is Clementine. Okay, so if you know The Walking Dead, you know all about the zombies, the zombie apocalypse. All right, this is Clementine. This is kind of like your coming of age survival graphic novel. You can see that it's, it's got a lot of different really cool images in it. And basically the story is set in the world of The Walking Dead. So it's not the story of The Walking Dead. It's actually Clementine's story. She meets a handful of teenagers who all kind of want to build this walker-free establishment, or this kind of settlement. One of the guys that she comes across is actually an Amish guy named I think his His name is Amos, if I remember correctly. And he's a little bit out of sorts. He doesn't really know a whole lot about, the world that she comes from, so they're able to kind of help each other. One of my nonfiction picks is going to be Shoot Your Shot, because we've probably all heard of the common motto or adage. It's like shoot your shot. It's really popular on a lot of different social media platforms and things like that. But really, this is about elite basketball players. Players like Michael Jordan, like Kobe Bryant, like LeBron James, and essentially it's kind of like how they explain the key principles that they live by and how to navigate like your life using these same kind of principles. So it's basically like, you have to be able to take a shot in order for you to win. I mean, that's, the principle of baseball, or basketball, sorry, if it comes right down to it. You can't win unless you take a shot. Same idea applies for life. And I like this because it gives, I think, a lot of young people an idea of how to, get motivated to do things that they are not always motivated to do. Another, and I guess this is one of my last ones, this is my fourth. This one is really kind of an interesting novel, though. Anger is a Gift. Okay, so this is written by Mark Oshiro. All right, and if you liked The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas, I think that you're really going to like this one. The writing style is fantastic in this one. Essentially, like six years ago, Moss Jeffries lost his father. His father was murdered by a police officer in Oakland, and along with losing a parent, his father is being like vilified. He, supposedly there's this lack of accountability for him, and really, this has affected Moss in a way that's he's almost got like crippling anxiety as a result of it. So, this is kind of one of those teen choice books. Either you give in to anger and fear, or you realize that, your anger can actually be the gift that can help you, help get you out of pickle. So those are my top picks right now. I've got a couple of other new books in. These just came in. If you're looking for a really short read, I would definitely go with Careful What You Wish For. Fantastic mystery story. Okay, and then the other one, If You Could See the Sun by Anne Lang. Okay. Come on into the library. Can't wait to see you. Hope to see you soon.
The Yearbook Club meets every Monday after school. If you're interested in helping out and being part of school history, see Mr. Tharp Trimble in room 114 for more information.
It looks like Blake is cooking up a feature.
Let's go check out what he made.
Hi, my name is Blake Godfrey, and I'm with Huntington North TV, and I'm going to be showing you how to make pumpkin spice tres leches.
So we're going to be using a bag of Betty Crocker Super Moist Cake Mix, and following those instructions, we're going to add 4 eggs, 1, 2, 3, and finally 4. And we're going to add 1 cup of water, 1 tablespoon of pumpkin spice, 1/3 cup butter, preferably in stick form. This wasn't really the most efficient way. And a 15 ounce of pumpkin puree, because I totally didn't forget. And mix and stir until all those ingredients are nice and together into a consistency you see about right here. And then finally, we're gonna pour that bad boy onto our little tray and try and get as much out as you can, and shake the tray to get it all spread out if you really can. And then bake at 350 degrees for 40 minutes. And after, you're gonna let it cool for 30 minutes, only after you've poked holes in it. That's for the milk to soak in. And next, we're gonna be making said milk. 1 can of evaporated milk, 1 can of condensed milk, man, that stuff's gross, 1/3 cup heavy cream, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and then stir, get those ingredients nice and mixed, and then once they've got to know each other pretty well, we're gonna pour that nice mixture onto our cake, let that soak in, and then while that's soaking in, we're gonna make the topping next. So we're gonna put 1/3 cup sugar, 2 cups heavy cream, 1, and then 2. And then after that, we're gonna have 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 1 tablespoon of pumpkin spice, and then stir until whipped, preferably with something automatic, because manually doing this took 20 minutes. And then after that's all nice and together, we're going to slap that bad boy on top, spread it all across, and that is how you make pumpkin spice tres leches. Roll the B-roll.
Looks like Parker's missing for weather this week. Let's find out who's filling in for him.
All right, guys, so I'm filling in for Parker today. I'm Ethan Doctor. You might have saw me around school. This is your 7-day forecast for this week. On Wednesday, we have a high of 34 and a low of 19, pretty windy. On Thursday, we have sunny, high of 35, low of 25, so be ready to wear a nice sweatshirt. And then we go into the rainy season, as it's partly cloudy, a little bit of showers needed here. High of 47, low of 44. Saturday, we look into the weekend forecast. 44, partly sunny, and with a low of 23. Sunday, 40, cloudy, low of 33. Monday, 51. It's going to be a little wet, but, I mean, bring out your umbrella, I guess. 51, high of 51, low of 28. And wrapping up next week, Tuesday, high of 57, low of 28, a little bit of clouds. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been your 7-day forecast. Back to the desk.
That's it for this week, Vikes.
We'll see you next week with more Viking news. Have a great rest of this week, Vikes.
Is anyone out there listening? I've lost myself deep in the algorithm of someone else, and under new conditions.